Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Recently, at the PlayStation State of Play, a new trailer was showcased. Ghost of Yotei, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, set 300 years after the game, and boy, oh boy, has it set the internet ablaze with discussions, not ban waves, blockchain waves, defenses, discussions, arguments, all over the place. And, well, the reaction, of course, to those criticisms from people formerly in charge, the mainstream, what I like to call the usual suspects, is, of course, very telling and very, very expected. This one coming from former Sony chairman Shawn Layden, who hasn't been a Sony chairman since 2019. So, boy, oh boy, it's like, did you hate Sony? Are you trying to do something, I don't know, affect the sales of this game? But anyway, tells gamers, if you don't like Ghost of Yotei, don't buy it. That's a bold strategy indeed. I wonder how it's going to work out for him. Article over from That Park Place by John F. Trent. Former Sony chairman Shawn Layden told gamers if they are uninterested or don't like the Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghost of Yotei, they should not buy it. Well, challenge accepted. That's going to be the response from quite a few gamers out there that are sick and tired of, well, this sort of response to any sort of criticism. What's wrong with criticism? People want to give their opinions. They're going to voice their opinions. Let's continue with the article. Layden shared his comments while reacting to YouTuber Endymion's initial reaction to the game's trailer. Endymion wrote, Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior because, of course it does. They can't help themselves until every franchise that was built on masculinity is replaced by a woman. I was a little critical of Endymion's response here over on X, but to be honest, can you blame people for reacting like this? We have been so inundated over and over and over ad nauseum, again and again, with changes like this. Gender swaps, race swaps, any sort of ideological checkbox, nonsensical changes that feels forced, inorganic, doesn't make sense, and the game ends up being trash. So, Endymion's response, while you can be critical of it, maybe he's jumping the gun, but maybe not. Because again, much like Pavlov's dog, we have been conditioned to expect certain things when we see certain things. He added Ghost of Yotei, hopefully a small spin-off game, but if this is the true sequel, which it is, they've come out and said this is a continuation of the Ghost part of the lore, set 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima. So yes, this new main character, over Jin Sakai, fuck that. So sick of forced girl boss narrative, man. Now, I'm going to be doing another video on all the discourse going on. That comes later. But this one, I want this focus to... This video, this focus? Mixing up words. I'm not dyslexic. This video, I want to focus on step one, the beginning, the reaction to the criticism. Because it's what I like to do. It's what I like to talk about. How the powers that be, how the usual suspects react to any sort of criticism, regardless of how founded or unfounded it might be. And, well, good old Shawn Layden, he does not disappoint. YouTuber Mighty Keef, the Mighty Keef, he reacted to this by attacking Endymion because, that's what we do on Twitter. We go back and forth and argue with each other. Some people stay friends. Some people end up blocking others. And we go from there. Man, what an absolute loser, because we're just going to insult people because they have a different opinion than you. Okay. Layden responded to this post by saying, 1, it's a game. No shit. An entertainment. A story a team of creators believes in. Remains to be seen. The finished product isn't out yet. And a lot of people are going to be keeping an eye on Sucker Punch and Ghost of Yotei. They want to make this good. Hopefully they put as much heart and soul and creativity into Ghost of Yotei as they did in Ghost of Tsushima. He added, number 2, it's a game. Yeah, yes, we know. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, Why not make the game you want yourself? Ah, yes. The lovely, the usual, the expected defense. Why don't you go out and make your own video game? People are doing that because they're tired of your bullshit. Why don't you go out and make your own comic book? People are doing that. Why don't you go out and make your own TV show and movie? Again, people are doing that. They're creating their own IPs. They're putting their love and care and passion into the works that they do, which is something that seems to be very lacking out of a large portion of the mainstream media. Whether it's video games, TV, or movies, it's lacking the love, the care, and the passion that previous developers had for the work that they put out there. And it's quite visible in the end product. So yes, we are making our own IPs, our own pieces of entertainment, our own video games, our own movies that aren't filled with inorganic, forced nonsense. But it's this statement right here, this lovely little statement that seems to just go so well for all these industries. Charlie's Angels, sorry man, this movie's not for you. And then a week later, an article comes out, why aren't men going to see this movies? I believe it was Kelly Sue DeConnick in the comic book industry. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. Challenge accepted. And people stop buying your books. And again with the video games, if you don't like it, don't buy it. You don't have to buy it. So statements like this turn people off. Absolutely. They turn normies off. It takes people who are on the fence, who are still in the wait and see mentality, much like myself. I like to see the finished product before I make a final decision. We see statements like this and we go, wow, that's how you're going to treat potential customers? I'm going to shut my wallet down and walk away and never think about you again. More and more people are doing that every single day, and they wonder why companies like Ubisoft stock is down below 9 euros, probably going to get worse in the next 12 hours. They wonder why. They have no one to blame but themselves. Article continues, Layton's first point is likely untrue, given Sony and PlayStation have made it very clear they are not just in the business of making games and entertaining anymore, but are indeed in the business of propagating gamers' woke ideology through their games. It seems very apparent based on, well, some of the astronomical failures that have come out of the console market, one after another, riddled with checkbox ideological nonsense being pushed to the forefront to the detriment of the gameplay, the story, the entertaining aspect of these games, which is all we want. So continue promoting, continue pushing and propagating that ideology through your games, and you will continue to see the bottom line get more and more red. The company's website makes it very clear, diversifying inorganically, the game industry is one of our most important goals. Not entertaining, not putting out a finished product, diversifying. That's what's important to this company. Really? We're no longer interested in making money. That's what that statement says. Sony Interactive is committed to preparing and nurturing underrepresented talent for careers in the gaming industry. You know what? If they're underrepresented, and they're interested in creating the entertainment and not pushing their personal beliefs and ideology, I say bring them on in. However, if they're nothing more than a jacktivist smacktard, we want to be careful with my words here on the good old YouTubes. If they're nothing more than an activist interested in pushing an agenda to the detriment of the story with no interest in the story, then get them out. Get them on the streets. Go learn a code. Learn a trade. Go do something else and remove yourself from our escapism. Make escapism great again. Furthermore, it adds, quote, we want our workforce to reflect diversity of thoughts, bullshit, and experiences of our player base. Press X to doubt in the comments section down below, ladies and gentlemen, because that statement right there is nonsensical lie. We have set out clear and ambitious aspirations to no longer care about being entertaining. We just want to push an agenda. Built internal and external talent pipelines that only care about agenda-driven ideology. And expanded our diversity sourcing because we couldn't give a fuck about the meritocracy. We only want to check a box. Retention and development efforts to increase diverse representation at Sony Interactive. Absolutely nothing in this statement said anything about being entertaining, pushing merit, getting people in the job that deserve to have the job. No, this is, I'm going to check this box and this box and this box. It's like, all right, do we have our diversity quota filled? Yes. Okay. Can we make a game? No. Well, why not? Because they don't know what they're doing. All those diversity hires that you made, they don't know how to write an interesting story. Not only does the company seemingly have discriminatory hiring policies based on skin color and sex, but it also makes it clear it's injecting woke messaging into its games. Well, let them continue, and they will continue to fail. Quote, we are also committed to highlighting diversity in products. We feature curated collections on PlayStation Store around themes such as amazing heroines, LGBTQIA plus characters, and accessibility-friendly titles. Well, there's nothing wrong with accessibility-friendly. We need more accessibility. That doesn't mean difficulty sliders, okay? Contrary to what some content creators may think, accessibility does not equal difficulty sliders. But anyway, amazing heroines. Okay, well, yeah, we're not going to have that argument. Showcase amazing heroes. Why don't you have a category for the heteronormative video games? Because those have always been there. That's the norm. Anyway, moving on. Again, decide for yourself, form your own opinions. To be clear, Ghost of Yotei is being published by Sucker Punch Productions and a subsidiary of Sony Interactive Entertainment. As for whatever the creative team believes in the game, it's likely this is true given Sony's hiring policy appears to be based not only on skin. Sony's hiring policy appears to be based on not only. I feel like that it should be based not only on. Am I wrong? Yeah, I do this sometimes. I'm sorry. What's your tangent, English? Sentence structure. Shouldn't that be based not only on, or based only on not only? Based on not only, I'm fumbling over it and I'm dragging this on. Okay. Based on not only skin tone and gender, but likely woke ideology as well. So if the company is hiring woke ideologues, which obviously they're hiring the activists. Call it woke, call it whatever you want to. They are hiring activists that want to put their personal beliefs, which argue what those are, their personal ideology, their little checkbox nonsense, that's what they're more interested in pushing in each and every product that they put out, instead of, and to the detriment of, being entertaining. And that will always be the problem. I'm going to link to the original article in the description down below. But what do you think of good old Sony chairman Shawn Layden and his comments? Are you going to take him up on his offer? If you don't like it, don't buy it. More than likely, based on the rest of the information that I'm going to be digging up and putting in a video very soon, there are so many red flags surrounding this, and we haven't even gotten to the actual game. All we got was a few minutes of a trailer, information on the voice actress, and more information is popping up on the development team. So this is a big old wait and see. This for Ghost of Yotei. What's it going to be? How's it going to end up? And honestly, I made a bet with someone in my Discord. I got a feeling I will be the one eating crow on this one. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And we're going to add Shawn Layden to the Clown College. Hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one.